Let's head around the Inside Politics table, ask our great reporters to share a secret from their notebooks. Jackie Kucinich?
Well, you'll remember Carl DeMeo. He was a candidate for Congress in San Diego. He lost to Scott Peters after his campaign was derailed by allegations of sexual misconduct from a former campaign worker. Well, now this campaign worker has pled guilty to obstruction of justice, saying he lied about some of the emails. He fabricated some of the emails that really bolstered his case. So I spoke to Carl DeMeo yesterday. He's very angry about this, and he's looking at this as evidence that he's been telling the truth this whole time, and none of this happened. And he blamed Peters' campaign. Peters called me. He said that they had nothing to do with it and noted that the allegations, that this guy didn't recant his allegations, the campaign worker. So this is just a nasty campaign that continues to be nasty 7 months out. And DeMeo, for his part, says he's done with politics for quite a while.
Done for quite a while. We'll see if he tries to come back. Jonathan?
Florida. The key swing state in American politics looms large once again in 2016 in the primary this time around. For Jeb Bush, who launches his campaign tomorrow, Florida is both a sword and a shield, John. It lets him go on the offensive against some of his rivals who don't have the same record that he piled up when he was governor in Tallahassee. Those senators notably come to mind. And it's a shield because it lets him sort of repel the attacks from the conservatives who are going to say he's not really a conservative, he's kind of a closet moderate, because he can point to that record in Tallahassee. And then finally, it's critical because they have that primary on March 15th. And you talk to the Bush folks and the Marco folks, and both of them say whoever comes out of that primary on top probably goes forward, the loser goes home, or stays home, because both of them are from Florida.
Well, that's a great point. Molly?
Well, Hillary, having re-announced her campaign, is now off to the early states, Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, Nevada. One thing that we're going to see different from her this time, this tour, is that she's going to start doing a lot of local press interviews, her campaign is saying. This whole time they've pretended that they basically don't care about the criticism that she's stiff-arming the press, but this is a signal that they have taken that to heart a little bit. They're trying to rebut that perception. Unclear if this current round is going to do anything to sort of staunch that criticism, however.
Détente, not peace, perhaps, with the press.
Peter Baker?
On Tuesday, the president hosts at the White House the president of South Korea. Now, normally we wouldn't think that was such a big deal, except that it comes at the very moment he's going to be trying to revive this trade deal we've been talking about. Why does South Korea matter? They're not part of this 12-nation trade partnership pact that he's trying to negotiate, but they want in. That's fine, except that the Democrats on the Hill who were against this in the first place have been using South Korea as an example of why we shouldn't get into this, because the last trade deal we did with South Korea, they say, worked out for South Korea and not for us.
Bad timing for the
Bad
president,
timing
trying to sell
sense.
that on the Hill.
Yeah.
I'll close with this. The Iowa Republican Party this past week canceled its summer presidential straw poll. My favorite response came from a longtime Republican operative with not-so-fond memories of Ames. Ding dong, the witch is dead, he wrote. Will a summer without the straw poll matter? Most likely, yes. Just ask Lamar Alexander or Tim Pawlenty. The straw poll was a fundraising gimmick with no official meaning, yet it almost always managed to shake up the GOP race. In effect, the straw poll gave Iowa Republicans the first 2 chances to win on the Republican field. Now Iowa will get just 1 bite at that apple. The Iowa Republican Party will miss the money. Political reporters will certainly miss the circus, but the process should gain from this decision.